Hi Gem Babies, how are you doing? Adrian here from Asian Great Life, and I hope that you are doing gorgeous. Okay. Before doing anything, hold up. Let's connect, boom boom, in the heart space. Okay. Take a nice deep breath in, releasing with peace and harmony, and letting go. And we're stepping right into connecting. Okay. Gonna spray some of my air cleansing spray, which is Palo Santo. Oh, got it in my face. And some for you. There we go. And some crystals just to cleanse the space. That was actually quite refreshing. All right, so for today's reading, we are focusing on a very fascinating topic, and that is the past life. So I have recorded a video, and I'll put a link for you down below, about past life regression, because I am a regression hypnosis practitioner, and of course you can do sessions either in person or you can do them online. All of that is in the in the session. So if you're interested in that, then interested in where you're actually going to come from, then you can take a look at that, because I always say, it's all fine and well to say that it's not where you're coming from, it's where you're going in life. But the foundation of who you are, the truth about who you are, is about where you come from. I mean, there is, everybody want to build a legacy, but how do you build a legacy without a past? It's really about who am I? Where am I coming from? What is the history? Not just about this lifetime of me, but the history of my soul. The blueprint. So in hypnosis, of course, we go back into those areas. And for a reading in tarot, it is really kind of seeing what has brought your soul to where you are right now. What are the lessons in there from here? So how, in going forward, what are the lessons? What are the things that you might have done which maybe didn't serve you so positively? And I'm just drawing some oracle cards for you while I'm speaking. We're going to finish off with the oracle cards. Because we still need our daily dose of oomph, of inspiration and motivation. And for all of those of you that are familiar with my channel, who's been here before, if you have, welcome back. You know that I'm all about inspiring and motivating, and that is really what my brand Age and Great Life is all about. It's about being there for you, sharing with you. What, that card fell right out there. Don't know what you are. I'm so excited to see. I can be very curious. But it's about assisting you, with what kind of worked for me. And I always say that we are a masterpiece right now, but you're also a masterpiece becoming, because we are constantly unfolding, like that flower that opens in the sun, and there's like a dewdrop on the side, and it looks all pretty. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start off by drawing for you. So as I said, oracles, here are your oracle cards. We're going to finish off with those for you. Put them all nicely there. And then just a card to start off with, crystal oracle. And this is sort of what you would normally have in a reading as your overall sort of energy for your reading. So what is sort of the energy pattern, sort of like the blueprint that runs all the way through you, okay? That brought you from, basically from the beginning of time up until where you are right now, at the point looking at this video. It doesn't matter when you look at it, okay? The time is right. Your soul leads you to the right resource at the right time. Okay, and if you are more maybe interested in some more live guidance, and of course I do my weekly readings, so you are more than welcome to also subscribe to the channel if that resonates with you, or you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Those links are down below. I have some resources that I share there as well. So this is such a beautiful crystal for you, Gemini. Rose quartz, inner child. Okay, now rose quartz is this, let me just see, I've got some right here. It's beautiful pink sort of crystal, you know. Let me put it there on top of your oracles. So beautiful. You know, let the magic sort of flow for you. Rose quartz, you know, there are so many you know, kinds of crystals, of course. And as a crystal healer, I'm very fascinated by my crystals. In fact, these bangles that I wear is it's combinations that I put together for others, so as they go through their life, you know, the crystal sort of combination or cocktail, if you want to call it like that, can assist them as they go through their lives. Because, I mean, you know, you can't exactly go for crystal healing every single day. Wouldn't that be wonderful? So you can still carry the magic with you. But rose quartz is that one crystal. It makes me smile because you find it on every continent on the planet, on planet Earth. All right, and of course, as a Gemini, they're sort of all over the place. You know, I know some Geminis. Obviously, I know some Geminis, but some of the most precious people in my life are Geminis. And Gemini, for you, in a world where you are supposed to be a certain way all the time, you know, it can be very overwhelming for you sometimes because you are expected to act a certain way and to be a certain way. And many times, in order to be that specific way that you are expected to be, it means that you have to almost sort of suppress, in a way, who you are. Okay? Um, which can give you a lot of stress. All right? So, this is such a powerful card, really, that it says to you, don't suppress who you are. Don't suppress that sort of, you know, that Peter Pan sort of Alice in Wonderland magic thing that you've got going on naturally. Just because others don't understand it, you know, and maybe even if you try to share with it, they won't get it and they might ridicule you for that. Doesn't mean that you have to suppress it within yourself. You know, you are pure magic. Okay? You're pure magic. There's obviously Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. So it depends also, you know, what you have in your chart. Okay, so I'm just going to draw. These are such amazing cards. It's created by a lady called Robin Ann Pollard, who is actually from from Cape Town, South Africa, the motherland. It was so funny. I remember a couple of years ago when I went to Florida for the first time. You know, and so of course, the moment I speak, it's obvious that I'm not from Florida. You know, so people will be like, "Where are you from?" For some reason, a lot of people thought that I'm you know, English from the United Kingdom. And so I'll say, "No, I'm from South Africa." And they'll be like, "Oh, Africa, the motherland." It's like, what are these people talking about? You know, I had no idea what they were talking about when they were speaking about the motherland. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Such beautiful cards for you, Gemini. I feel so privileged that I'm actually able to... No, okay. Where's this card that popped around? Let's take you. Oh, yes, 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 yes. All right. So, the cards that you got were... so these cards were kind of created also with the different directions, north, west, south, and east. And then you got two cards that came out with south, which for me was quite amazing because... and I'm going to show them to you right now. Geminis have a way of seeing the world in a very different sort of way to what many other people will, you know. You see that sort of magic that, in a sense, the world almost sort of lost. And when it's misunderstood, it could be seen as being gullible, it could be seen as weakness, but it's really a rare sort of courage to see beauty on an ongoing basis, not always being able to share it that openly in a world that often suppresses that sort of thinking. It's a really rare sort of gem, literally. Okay. So the two cards that I have, the first one, it's Page, People of the South, Confidence. Look at that beautiful, bold use of colors that could easily be contradictory, but in this case, they all just blend together. And the second South one, Inspiration, with number 3 there, and 3 being the strongest shape in nature where we are. So this is God is really and of course this is a past life reading, so we're looking at what is the energy that you sort of like the record keeper for. Okay. And that as through the ages, as all the different zodiacs obviously have a different contribution that they add to the map, the melange, the diversity that we call life. So we're looking at yours, and in a world where the goal is always to aim north. So what is the right choice? What is the right way? How should it be done? What is the acceptable way? In comes the Geminis. Like, guys, so I understand that things are supposed to be done in a certain way, but have you considered what if we do that differently? So, and I think in a way, one of the most incredible contributions that Gemini brings to the world is that when people feel, or when you can easily kind of get lost in marginal thinking, in comes the Geminis. Like, guys, have you considered this? Have you considered that? How about this? How about that? And same as with your oracle card there, with the rose quartz, with the inner child, it is about continuously seeing the world, not necessarily for what it is, but for the beauty of what it can be. All right, for the magic that it can be. To not get too stuck in rigidity, sort of. Okay? And that takes a lot of confidence. So, somewhere within your energy pattern, way back in the beginning of time, your soul sort of enveloped that courage, that strength that it took to be not so much, a follower all the time, but to be the one that would question things and that would say, is this really the best way? Does this really serve the greatest or the overall purpose best? Or can it be done differently? Or can it be, and not necessarily better, but if we maybe look at it sort of differently, won't you maybe be more happy or feel more fulfilled if you look at it maybe from this angle instead of from that angle? Okay? And I think you would agree with me that it takes courage to do that. It really does. All right? And whilst it takes a lot of confidence and courage, it's also continually inspiring. Okay? It keeps the world on its toes. And as you can see there, that what started as one fire, even if it takes lifetimes and lifetimes, it kind of, there we go. It spreads outward, and it's like a string with a number of 3. It's a silent sort of strength that you have and that you've been carrying with you through your life. And it really is something to acknowledge, because it's not easy. It really isn't easy. And so, Gem Babies. Attachment. Okay. So this one is People of the North, and it says number 4. Number 4 also, of course, about being about balance. The 4 directions: north, west, south, east, up, down, left, right. All that sort of things. That it's in with number 3, with the previous card, it's with finding the strength in who you are, that you are able to not only recognize the balance in everything else in nature, or the strength with everything else in nature, but to also be able to benefit from it and to show others how to do the same. Okay. I know one of the things that people make a lot of fun about when it comes to our through gems is that, and that is what really then points you to north, to true strength, sort of, that you understand that true strength is something that comes from within and not from the outside. It can be radiated to the outside, that it can positively benefit and contribute greatly to the outside, but strength is an inner thing. Okay, and it's coming from within you, and it's something that you've been carrying through you through the lifetimes, into all your different incarnations. Incarnating, going back to the soul plane, saying, okay, how have I done it? And then having that courage to really be a soul, to incarnate into that pattern again and again and again. That's courage, really. That's confidence, that's inspiring, all right? To show others that there could be a different way in this world. And so one of the things that people like to make fun of, with our Gemini friends, is that they are notoriously bad with time. Okay? But there's a great lesson to be learned from there. In that, here's the thing about a Gemini. They may be late for everything. Absolutely. They will be late for their own wedding. They'll be late for everything. Well, maybe not their own wedding, but when it comes to those things that really matter, when they really need to be there for you, they will be early. They will be the first person there. Okay? So, it's sort of, when you really look at it, it's sort of a reminder that don't take life too seriously. But when it comes to taking something very serious, don't play around. Okay? That is one thing you can. That is the one sort of knowledge that you have been carrying through the ages, and that via your actions, you try to sometimes show us and portray to us. And of course, you're so witty with your words that, but of course, when you carry this really almost regal sort of emotions with you and knowledge with you from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, of course you're going to get good with words, because you're going to become very good at explaining things to people. And what you're really explaining to them is love. Okay? You're explaining to them love. Who they really are. Because it's so easy sometimes in this world to forget who we are. We forget to just flow. We forget that we are magic. We forget that even though there are many things in this world that you need to take seriously, we forget that we are souls in a human form that is experiencing life, that we are taking this journey through the universe. We forget that life itself is the magical gift. And that is what our Gemini friends remind us of, that life is the gift, life is the magic. Here and now, right now, this is the magical moment. And being able to take a nice deep breath within this moment and experience it and appreciating it for all the joy and the magic that it is, that is the magic. And that is love, because that is honoring the true greatness of life, the sort of secret of life. Okay, so that is what you've been carrying throughout the ages, and I believe I really say this on behalf of myself and the rest of humanity. Thank you very much. Okay, so clarifying for you, so confidence with the Two of Swords. So often being very misunderstood. Gemini is one of the, probably the most misunderstood zodiacs. And when you need to sort of reach into that inner child of who you are in order to get it. So there would have been times, or rather in your present life where you are now, there are times when you would feel very stuck, not really knowing what to do, not being able to choose from all these different choices, um, kind of feeling, neither here nor there sort of energy. And in many ways, that comes from your soul lineage, from that sort of confidence, that sort of fire, because you carry with you this incredible, powerful, and also really simple sort of knowing. And then you are where you are in the world today, and so many things are pointing, sort of in the other direction. And so it can be very difficult to sometimes be existing in this world. It can just feel very overwhelming. Okay, so if you're feeling a little lost, consider this your reminder brought to your own soul to you via a way that you can perceive, which is this video of who you are, of what you are. Okay, inspiration. Clarify there by the Knight of Pentacles. All right. So again, with the really constant sort of misunderstanding, sometimes seen as sort of the dark horse, even the dark spirit, especially when you sort of really forgot who you are for whatever particular reasons, because sometimes it can be quite challenging, the world, that you come from this beautiful positive side, only wanting really the best for everyone. But people don't always understand your motives, which sometimes lead to a lot of pain, which then in return lead to you sort of stepping back, making the safe choice. And then everybody else is okay with that, but you're suppressing that inner child, okay? That unique beauty of who and what you are, all right? So if you're doing that, it's time to stop that. Maybe systematically, otherwise you'll throw everybody over. Attachment, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So the more you focus on your true nature, on your true heart, being very clear and knowing that when you come from the best intentions, sometimes actually being okay with being misunderstood, as long as you know that the intentions that you are coming from are pure. Then systematically people will start to see the magic of who you are. It will start to, flower out in your life. It will just kind of flourish. It's like a garden. So the more you sort of, for those of you that might have been trying to suppress this sort of, Peter Pan magic that you are, and understanding that even though it's not understood and even accepted by all, acknowledging that this is your soul beauty, this is your magical contribution to everything. The more you can accept it within yourself, the more it unfolds. And it's literally, as I was going to say earlier, it's like a garden that comes alive after winter. As the spring comes, it just flowers. Okay. And then with this love and the devil card there, all right, I find, so often you try to suppress the magic of who you are. You forget that you're this abundant, beautiful soul. Um, it's almost like you're kind of dimming your own fire sometimes. And if you are in a space where you don't feel the love, where you don't feel the flow, the question you really want to ask yourself is, have you been making yourself wrong for being you, for being who you are? Okay? Because if you can accept within yourself that who you are is perfectly okay, even if everybody doesn't approve of that version of yours, if you are fine with that, and and you understand it, and you can love and accept that, and you can work on loving and accepting that, that is when you realize that um the biggest kind of thing holding you back in this world from love is really your own mindset, your own sort of ideas around you. And when you can let that go, the magic, it unfolds. It's beautiful. It just unfolds. Okay? It's truly incredible. Let's see what oracle cards we have for you. Dwell on what you love. This is the thing I love about the cards. I mean, I've drawn them in front of you. It's not exactly like I can fool you. This is a message clearly from the universe to you. Okay? It says asking someone to change is like pruning a tree. Neither will ever be the same again. Scarier still is that you can't quite know in what new direction they will grow. And so a message from the universe says, I wouldn't change a leaf on you. So if you have been, feeling a little down, a little bit depressed, trying to fit in by almost sort of watering yourself down, limiting yourself down, it's your time to come out and to shine, Baba, and to know that the magic that you bring to this life, it is too precious to not radiate. Okay? It's like trying to, for you, beautiful Gemini, for you to not be you, it's like trying to take away the sun. It's a sort of magic that simply can't be suppressed. Okay? Wandering path. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy who you are. Embrace it. And then there for angel oracle card, it says law of attraction. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends. I just want to add to that most of our manifestation takes place in the energy field first, because we are an energy being, a powerful, enigmatic, incredible energy being. And a part of us is getting to experience what we call human life, like a fractal of life, human life. So most of everything happens in our energetic, in our true field first, before it unfolds into our lives. Okay? So just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. So each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends, so invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. At your request, we, the angels, will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. So ask for help if you feel that you need it. Okay? You have been carrying the magic or the truth of the magic with you through the ages. So now make use of it. Ask the angels for help. And they will be there to assist you right away. Namaste, beautiful souls. Okay. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your love. And thank you for your light, Gemini. I really welcome your comments. I love your comments. I always smile at them. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my channel if that resonates with your soul for your weekly reading. If you want to have a personal detailed reading, it's $12 for a 30-minute downloadable reading. And I will see you all really, really soon.